Villanova, how are we doing tonight? You did hear my name correctly. It is Andrew Mister. Like Mr. You know, when you go to a restaurant and you see like mahi mahi and couscous and then me. When people hear my name, they often wonder, oh, so your wife would be Mrs. Mister. That's how lame I am. She's not even real yet. But like, I bet she'd be pretty cool, right? Yeah. That's a really bad sign for my future. I wouldn't ask anyone though to keep, or to take my name. My mom didn't want to be Christmaster. That's why. Hearing my name, you are definitely wondering, am I related to the 80s band Mr. Mister? I am, on my college application. Because I thought that, like, if I told college I was the bastard son of an 80s guitarist, that was, like, a better chance of getting in than saying I'm the Tiger King of Def Leppard's. Villanova charges us a lot of money to be here, and I want to get my tuition's worth, so most nights I just leave all the lights on in my apartment. I recently found out that Villanova charges $300 for stolen cafeteria items.
Wow.
I have had the food. Why would I want the spoons? And I did the math on this. $300 per student over 4 years means that Villanova thinks we are stealing 2.1 million spoons. This has to be because of some outlier, right? Like, there's gotta be some guy who's driving this price up. And when I meet this guy, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. I am working on my 5-year plan right now. It's currently getting hit by the campus shuttle. I'm sure you've heard the nursery rhyme, roses are red, rain falls in a puddle. Villanova pays for your tuition if you get hit by the shuttle. And so I kind of like to imagine myself like the Joker in The Dark Knight. You know, when he's in the road and he's like, come on, I want you to do it, I want you to do it, I want you to hit me! And then the bus driver, who is just flooring it at me, swerves at the last second because he has some rules that says he shouldn't kill me. It's called the US Constitution. And then he gets out and he's like, where's Rachel? Because his wife's name is Rachel and my backup plan is kidnap his wife. COVID was really tough for us, and I wanted to take this time to share something with you. I had a little passion project over the summer. I wanted to write a children's novel, and I'd really love to just share it with you all right now. It's in paperback, actually. It's called If You Give a White Girl a Starbucks. If you give a white girl a Starbucks, you are a simp. Still looking for a publisher. And I'm also looking forward to COVID being over, because I'd really like to complain about my problems again. You know, anytime you'd start talking about something that wasn't about COVID, you'd have a friend who would be like, pandemic. And then because he's coughing, you'd send him to the ER. But I really want to complain about food poisoning, because I got food poisoned the first few days of the pandemic, and as I clung to the toilet, I realized I am definitely the type of person to die 3 days into a pandemic. So I called the supermarket to tell them that their Stromboli tried to kill me. And the guy on the other side of the phone said, "How do you know it's us? Huh? Do you have proof? No, you're just a big poopy idiot." That's word for word what they said to me. They wanted proof. Can you imagine being in a supermarket parking lot 1 week into a pandemic, and there's a man proudly walking in with a jar of shit? At least you would know the place is organic. To be fair, I bought and ate a supermarket stromboli. I deserved food poisoning. I'm using a lot of social media, and one of the things that impresses me the most is how we can really put anything on our phones. I mean, Yik Yak is basically the wall of a school bathroom. Like, social media has really changed us, you know? Grandma went from "don't believe anything you see on the internet" to "Obama did AIDS, I saw it on Facebook." It's crazy what social media has become, because when you think about it, this whole mess started in a Harvard dorm room when a lizard person said, "What if CarMax.com, but with women?" And then Instagram showed up and was like, "Hey, let's make a safe space to post pictures, and without grandma berating Obama." And then Snapchat showed up and was like, "I think these pictures should be temporary." And Instagram said, "Because our servers crash all the time, they already are." And Facebook wanted in on the game, and so you know what they did? They bought Instagram. And so Snapchat was like, "Okay, I see what's happening. We need to up our game. So let's start creating news." It doesn't have to be real news, it can be fake news. Instead of posting articles like, "You won't believe what word this grandma used about Obama." It's not a good one. And Facebook, not to be outdone, was like, "We should create the news too." So they rigged an election. And then Vine showed up and was like, "Hey, what about videos?" And Twitter was like, "No, no, no." And but Facebooked Vine so quickly. But the secret came out of the bag at this point. People could get famous from social media. I mean, I tried to do it. I tried posting some like swimsuit pictures. Wow, that's really upsetting that I didn't even get to the joke and you're already laughing. Because I was like, oh man, it could be like, "Look how hot my abs are." And instead, it was, "In high school, I did swim team." Yeah, so I didn't get famous, and like, I'm not mad, I just think social media is stupid. There's more where those come from. So, flashing back to high school, I've been doing some reflecting recently, and I realized that I was not good at talking to women. I was at a party once, and I was trying to talk to a girl, and the song "Say It Ain't So" by Weezer was playing. And that's not the joke. I was like, "Oh, I can impress her with all my Weezer knowledge." And so I was like, "Oh man, do you know this song is about beer?" And she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go back to listening to the song now." So I was like, okay, she knew that. It's time to like up my knowledge. So I was like, "Did you know that when Rivers Cuomo went to Harvard, he signed a virginity pact, and that's why he made Weezer?" She seemed to also know that one, so I was like, "Did you know that in interviews, Rivers Cuomo has admitted to liking Asian women far more than anyone is comfortable with?" And actually, she turned out to be pretty cool, and so I decided I wanted to ask her out on a date. And the thing that I've learned is that women really like subtlety. So the key when you're asking someone out is to be subtle. So I asked her, "What movies do you like?" And she was like a fan of foreign films. And I was like, "That's cool. I've seen a few James Bond movies." She really wanted to see The Shape of Water. And I think that's stupid because she should know that water's a liquid and doesn't have a defined shape. And I could explain that to her like half the time. She was also a big fan of action movies. She was like, no, that's really awesome because like the dialogue's not important. There's like only explosions once in a while. So like to enjoy the experience, you don't like have to watch the movie. Like, what else would I do then? That's like going on a movie date with a girl and then only watching the movie. So I'm on Tinder. And I recognized someone recently. And now I can't use her Tinder to escape my problems because I know she sits next to me in econ. Tinder's pretty impressive because they have successfully put a price on horniness. It is $14.99 a month. That's not that bad. That is the price you pay to see what people have matched with you. That is not Tinder Gold, that is Tinder Desperate. But I'm starting to think that there's something to this Tinder Gold thing because somehow all these people are finding out that I'm not actually 6 foot. It may also be my posture. I've also noticed on Tinder that there are a lot of pictures taken in parking garages. And I just want to know what we're doing in there. Like, can I join? Do I have to be on Tinder Gold first? I also see a lot on Tinder, the description, future MILF. Why? Is that an application? I mean, what's stopping us between like 5 minutes, and worse 9 months, and even more terrible 18 years? Okay, I lied about part of that. It'd be more like 4 minutes. 2 minutes. 20 seconds. But on my Tinder escapades, I have come across a series of questions, and none more importantly than this one. If matter or energy can't be created or destroyed, where does your virginity go? Like I assume you have sex, and you're like, I've done it, I've slain the beast of my virginity. Where did I put it? Oh, look, a spoon. Like, did I leave it between the couch cushions? I feel like we should start treating virginity more like it's a gift, because it is. You can't return it without a receipt. And I also think that the way we talk about it is really interesting, because we act like it's a currency. Like you can trade it between people. Like the stock market's gonna crash because the supply of virgins greatly exceeds the demand. That's what I learned from my friend in econ. No, that's not why it crashes. It crashes because the demand for sex greatly exceeds the supply of people who are willing to have it with me. And I don't like this notion though, because you don't have to do it. It's not like something you have to ever overcome. Well, the guy overcomes, but it's not something that you ever need to be a part of. But like, if you do, it's pretty awesome, right? Yeah, like make some noise for sex. Pretty cool, right? All right, priests, get 'em. Yeah, you thought I was cool. I'm part of the CAPS, the Catholic Abstinence Patrol. And you're all under arrest for having sex. Yeah. And for all the virgins in the room, sign-ups are on back, meetings are on Fridays. Yeah. Thank you so much, Villanova. You've been awesome tonight.